We've been in business since 2014, and we were in a boat storage at that point in time. We really didn't start scaling until 2019.
My impression with Spike Electric is they're a completely different company and a different group of guys that they were back when I met them back in 2017 and 18.
And then COVID hit, and it really redefined our business. We were forced to redefine our business based on the economy and the climate.
They have really grown their manufacturing, they've grown their employees, they've grown their capabilities, their engineering. They've got some of this new technology that I've never even heard of. So I've really seen like a lot of growth, and it's been exciting to be part of that.
We're all about being custom and quick. And so to do that, you need people, and to do that more quickly, you need machines.
I'd say, if you're a younger company or even a mid-sized company, and you've been, riding that comfort train for a while, you've got to step out there and you've got to invest in the new technology, because what's going to happen is you're going to get left behind. It's not, we've had a kind of little quick series on this before, but it's not whether you have the nicest, most robust piece of equipment, or you have, the highest brand name out there and so forth. It's that you're investing that money and that knowledge to be able to grow your business, to be able to go to that next level.
Really in 2020, when we had time to think, how do we wake up tomorrow and be faster than we were today? And we're still in that mindset, and we were in that mindset prior to 2020, but the landscape really changed on how traditional manufacturers went to market. And so we were always competing with the large manufacturer, trying to be quicker than them. But we never really had that opportunity until COVID hit. And then it really redefined how the major manufacturer goes to market. And so what we did, we decided, hey, we need to invest in the machines, and we need to invest in the people. And so that 2020 time period, we really had to figure out, what do we want to start doing in-house ourselves? Because you don't go out there and buy 5, 6 machines at a time. You have to scale to that. And so in that time, we said, okay, cool, let's buy this machine, because we know this is going to get us faster. Okay, then we need to invest in the person to run this machine, and then so on and so on and so on.
Just as myself, as Pioneer Machine Sales, I invest in our business all the time. I buy new technology, I buy machinery, I put it on our showroom floor for us to do demos and try out and to see how we like it, so we can present it to new owners and business owners, and show them how the new technology could help them improve their business.
And so here we are today with a warehouse full of machines that we've really outgrown.
My main thing when I'm talking to a client is I put myself in their shoes. I've spent 17 years, with my own fab shop, grew it from a small business, with a portable welding rig just by myself, up to about 250 guys, and we was running 7 days a week. So I put myself in their shoes, and I want to help them improve their manufacturing and cut out some of the headache and cut out some of the worry, and help them improve their process and their quality and make more money in the long run.
You need to be able to control your own destiny. And not to mention, if you're doing research and development, then somebody else is bending your equipment or bending your material. And if your design's bad and they make a mistake, well, now you're on their dime, and now you're on their time. And so that becomes extremely costly. And so for us, we're designing our own equipment. We're not taking a cookie cutter of somebody else's, we're designing our own equipment. With that comes mistakes, trial and error. Build it, scrap it, build it again, scrap it. And so I can run a second shift at night and control that destiny myself, versus my best buddy John Doe, who's eventually not going to be my best friend anymore when I'm making him rebend and cut at 3 o'clock in the morning.
All their products are pretty much made off of our machinery. And so that's a really huge accomplishment for me, so I can see how we've helped them and how our equipment's helped them progress to the next levels.